This is test ID 1D, component ID 80. It's the after catalyst oxygen sensor, B1S3. It's the lean voltage test results. Now the TID component ID 80 indicates a minimum test limit. The PCM monitors the after catalyst oxygen sensor voltage during lean fuel control periods and stores the lowest value. Now the values aren't converted into measurement values by Chrysler, so use the data as a relative indication of performance. We're going to be looking at lab scope patterns. It's the easiest way for us to predict what's happening. If you have a failure in mode 6 for this particular test ID, we're going to be using a snap accelerate test. That's done so that we can drive the system full rich and then watch it go full lean and see what the low voltage is. Remember, JTEC has a problem. If the sensor is cold, it will be elevated and will not come back to its lowest value. So make sure this is warmed up before you go any further with the testing. And as we keep saying, we're going to use scope patterns to direct you to a problem. We can't always identify the exact cause of the failure, but we'll get you to the area where the failure has occurred. We're going to be observing the red trace in this case. We're pointing here to the right-hand side, the red scale, and we see we're slightly over 0.2 of a volt. We're going to have to do something extra. To do that, we're going to do a snap accelerate test, where fuel control goes full rich and full lean. Now, as you saw, the green trace and red trace both went up there. The snap accelerate causes the fuel control to go full rich, then full lean. Let's observe that again, because the full lean part of this is going to be important to us. That's what we're testing. So as we snap it, we notice first the green goes up, then the red goes up. Then a moment later, the green goes full lean, and the red comes full lean. But let's observe that full lean. Look at the voltage scale on the right. The low point is over 0.2 of a volt. This is too high. Looking back to the center when we're full lean, we're still too high. This particular test is verifying that we did have a failure, not going lean enough. But remember something. JTEC O2 sensors have higher voltage when they're cold, and this sensor is way back in the exhaust, farther away from the engine, gets less heat, and it's high mileage. Plus, this was on a very cold day and the vehicle was not driven before this test. So those are the type of things I want you to keep in mind. But this does verify what the PCM saw. The PCM takes the fuel control lean briefly to do this test. We did the same thing, and we saw the same failure. But we think we have an explanation. If it was fully warmed up, we would want to change this sensor because it's getting old and not responding properly. But utilize this information to help you verify and understand what the Mode 6 data is telling you.